Right, so another present turned up in the post. This is the Eachine Racer 250, as you can see, but this is the ARF one. I've already got the ready to fly one, so if you want to see what the unboxing and what I thought of that, then I've got other videos on the channel. I'll put a link down the bottom in description. I again got this from Banggood, and it turned up in, it was only about 5 or 6 days actually. They seem to get the bigger things out quicker, which I was pleased with. The box is very well made. Well protected. Obviously it's come from China, so it's been bounced around a little bit in the back of an aeroplane, I'm sure, but everything inside is fine. I've had a quick check. I just thought I'd run through what you get to show the difference between this, and if you have a look at my other video you'll see what you get on the ready to fly one. Obviously the main thing you don't get is a transmitter, and also you don't get a receiver, but there is some differences in the actual body of the quad as well. So we'll run through it. So like I say, extremely well packed. First of all, we've got the instructions, and I run through all those in the other video. I'm going to keep referring back to the other video, but I can't see any sense in running through it all again. And if you're buying a ready to fly, perhaps you're a little bit more au fait with quads anyway. You get the battery charger, which is actually a 3-cell charger, and it's a balanced charger as well, so that's good. Quite impressed with that. And you get the a plug, but there's an adapter that came in the packet as well, so that's well packaged. You get the one battery with this. On the other one you get two. You get it's a 1500 milliamp hour 3-cell, and again, so you've got an XT60 out, and you've got the 3-cell balance charge there. And then you get a lanyard, but you don't get a transmitter, so you can just advertise Eachine when you actually put it on whatever transmitter you got. Never used to use these, but now I do actually. I find them really good. I use them on quite a lot on my quads. I do find them useful. And then on to lots of cables, and we'll run through those. And I'll unpack these plastic bags. They make such a noise on the camera that I use. And you get 2 sets of props. A whole bunch of other cables as well, and there's a little battery strap in there, and I'm pretty sure there's a little spanner there as well, but again I'll just unpack those in a second without making all the noise. And you've got the cloverleaf antenna that you must put in here before you power it up. And then the actual quad itself, again, like I say, it's really well packaged in there. If this was one of the toy grade quads, I'd have probably ripped the arm off trying to get it out of here, but it does come out well. Let me unpack all these, and then we'll have a quick run through what we've got here. Okay, so we've got all the noisy unpacking done. I'm going to take the cloverleaf antenna, and the first thing I want to do is put it on the quad. It warns you everywhere in the paperwork and everywhere you must install the cloverleaf antenna on here before you power up, and it's so easy to forget. Luckily I haven't done it on my other quad, but I've heard of lots of other people doing it, and literally just connect that up now, even on storage power, just literally touch those across that terminal and the board under here is fried. So you know, you're then waiting 3 weeks to get a new board or whatever. So I highly recommend you just do that and just leave it on there. I leave mine on all the time, like I say. Let's run through some of the other stuff we get. We've got a whole bunch of cables, and these are to connect up your receiver actually on the quad. So they give you different options depending on what you're going to use to do it. And I'm going to use one that I haven't seen anyone else do yet, I don't know why, but we'll run through that in a minute, what I've bought. So you basically get a whole bunch of cables, so you can definitely connect up. Okay, the other thing we got is those props we were talking about. These are actually 5030s. If you're new to this, because I was just thought props were props, to be honest, didn't really realise there was so much different in them. If you look at these, they're very flexible, so when you're actually flying with them, they're going to deflect out of the way, so it creates a reasonably soft flight for a racer. I actually use 5045s, which are they're called bull-nosed, and as you can see, they're totally different shapes. They're give a better flying experience, in my opinion. The downside of them is when they hit something, as you can hopefully see there, there's chips out of it and everything, but they don't break. So they will break what they hit, or tend to, if it's shrubs and stuff like that. Flowers, certainly they trim. These won't. These literally break on touching anything. Good thing is that sort of protects you quite a bit, but you're forever replacing the props. And like I say, a much softer flight with those, a little bit more aggressive flight with those. I should try some different props, but at the moment I'm really happy with these. And just to show you can do Tigger custom ones, look at this. So my quad looks different to everyone else's. Oh dear. Okay, so the main difference, and this is quite a bugbear of mine, the main difference between the two quads, this is the ARF one here and this is the ready to fly one here, is this plate here. It's a centre plate, so it's in between the top and bottom plates, and it holds your battery in. So if you slide your battery in there, it can't really slop around, and then you put the strap that they give you on both kits that hold the battery, so it really won't move. But this is a great, stops the battery slopping out the sides basically. But another great thing that does is, and for me I think it's more important actually, is it actually holds the receiver in, because you're going to have to add a receiver, and that's what these wires are for here, and it sits in on top of that plate. Hopefully you can see that. Now that's brilliant because all the electronics are in one little place there, quite in the middle of the quad, so they're protected from virtually anything that hits the quad. The only things that are outside are obviously the lights, the camera, and the ESCs are down the arms, but that's quite normal. But on here, I'm going to have to mount the receiver somewhere else. It's going to have to go down the sides or on the back or something, which means it's going to be a little bit more vulnerable for damage. So I don't know why they didn't leave that plate in. You don't seem to be able to buy that plate either, which is a shame because you're going to need the pillars as well. So just seems a bit daft to me. And the only other thing that I could see that's different is the actual lights on the back. The light array, I think the light arrays are exactly the same, but on the ARF one you get a cover around it, and the electronics are all covered as well. There's a little cover there, and on the ready to fly one they're exposed on the back, and as I showed there, you haven't got a cover on the back either. So I don't quite know why they do that, but that's the way they are. So, and that's the main differences.